Have you ever wondered how music producers actually make music? Well, today I would like to share a little bit about my process as an independent singer-songwriter and a full-time working music producer. I'm actually in the middle of recording a new song, and I thought it would be cool to bring you along and to show you a little bit behind the scenes of how I create music, how all the layers come together, how I record a guitar, bass, how I program drums, how I record vocals, etc., etc. So this will be sort of a vlog style video with me commenting on what you see, so I can explain a little bit about my process. So I think this will be really interesting to you and really helpful to you to see, and if not, it's maybe just entertaining. So without further ado, I would like to bring you along in my process. Okay, so what you see me doing here is recording a little drum loop, and this will be used to as a sort of a bass layer. So I'm not just recording to a click track, but I'm recording to a groove that literally gets me in the groove. Next up is me recording acoustic guitar, because this is an acoustic guitar based song. I've just changed the strings on my guitar. You cannot see that. I recorded that. I did that off camera, but that's important every time you record to check if your guitar is still in tune, of course, but also if it has fresh strings, if the intonation is right, because you only get one chance to record something properly. And even though this is just the beginning of the production of the track, I'm recording this as a final take. So in this clip you see me recording the acoustic guitar, and I think I messed up at some points, but try to record everything the first time as though this is the last time you get the opportunity to record it, because the first time usually has the right feeling. If you have played something for like 10 times, then the feeling disappears. The same goes for the guide vocal. This is me just singing through the entire song, so I'm not getting the words right. This is I think the first time I'm singing the song. But this is to establish a guide vocal, so I can build everything around the guitar and the vocals. A lot of people record vocals last, so they record drums, bass, guitars, everything first, and then they record the vocals. But then you have to record the vocals around the instruments, and I like to do it the other way around, to record the instruments around the vocal, because vocals are the most important thing in the song. So you have to leave a lot of space for the vocal. If you record all the instruments first, then there's not a lot of space left for the vocal to be able to breathe and to sound full. And also it's a lot more fun to record guitars and everything to a vocal track instead of just to music. You see me moving away from the microphone a bit when I'm singing loudly. And I'm recording through the Slate Digital ML1 modeling mic, by the way. This is a very clean sounding microphone that doesn't have any character, but you can add models to it in the computer. So I'm recording through a Neumann U47 model, and it actually sounds a lot like a real Neumann U47. I like it on my voice. And what I'm hearing in my headphones is just the music, the click track, and my voice through the Neumann, and a little compression, a little EQ, and I think a little reverb, the Valhalla vintage reverb. And what I'm doing here is actually kind of fun. You see me making movements with my hands, gestures, and this is so I can enhance expression but also to visualize the notes I'm singing. Sometimes I like to literally visualize the notes I'm singing so I can sing in tune more. This helps for me. Okay, so next day, you see me sort of awkwardly positioned above my laptop, pushing some buttons on the MIDI keyboard. What I'm doing here is programming the acoustic drums. I'm using the SSD 5 drum samples, Steven Slate's Drums 5 samples, and I'm performing them on the drum pads. So I don't perform them on a real drum kit for this particular song, also because this is faster, I'm in the flow, I want to get everything recorded as quickly as possible. But on the drum pads I sort of can perform the song in a way, because they're sensitive to different velocities. I can play with the timing. Of course, you can also quantize or edit MIDI notes later. And I am adding cymbals also later. I don't play everything at the same time with just a few drum pads. That's a little difficult. It's just kick here. But this way, this is the easiest and fastest way for me to record real sounding drums. I'm using a preset on the SSD 5, I'm not sure which one, and I'm also adding reverb on the snare, which makes it sound a little bit like the song that I have opened up on my screen on my laptop, as you can see here in this clip. I Guess I Just Feel Like by John Mayer, and this is the reference for this particular song. I wanted to go for a sound like I Guess I Just Feel Like. The drums, the bass, it needs to breathe a certain way, the vocals needs to be compressed a certain way. And I'm also playing a guitar solo in the outro, in the ending. So what you see me doing here is playing around with the guitar tone, trying to experiment and trying to come up with a part, trying to get a feel of the sound. And I'm using the Chandler GVT Guitar Amp Simulator by Softube, which I absolutely love. This is the best guitar amp simulator I've tried thus far. I haven't tried everything yet, but I really love this one. It's sounding rich. I think I'm using some virtual pedals. I think the stock Logic pedals. A little overdrive. Reverb, I think, is also Logic, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Might be the Valhalla Vintage Verb, which I use a lot on basically everything. It's my favorite reverb. And I'm recording a rhythm guitar part here. I love this sound. This is my 1997 Strat on the bridge position. Such a rich sounding amplifier. So I'm recording a guitar solo here for the ending, the outro. I have my Strat here on the neck position. And I'm using a Klon Centaur emulator plugin by Nembrini, I think it's called. Which absolutely sounds incredible. It sounds a lot like a real clone. And I've turned up the drive all the way, and it leads into the Chandler amplifier plugin. And there's so much sustain. It's sounding so rich. I love it. And I'm just trying around different solo ideas here, trying to write a melody. Whoops, that's the wrong note. And what I always try to do is tell a story with my guitar solos. I'm not just trying to play cool riffs or show off how fast I can play, but I'm trying to tell a story. And if that's if that works by using less notes, that's fine. I love adding vibrato. I love bends like this. So I'm trying to come up with sort of a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Usually I start off a little lower and then work my way up to higher notes. And I'm getting there, and that's what I'm doing here. So this is the first part of the solo. This is higher. Little movement. Yeah, and that's almost the entire solo except for the last part, which I changed after this. So this is all the footage I shot thus far. So what's next is that I'm going to record all the vocals, because by now I've already recorded the drum loops, acoustic drums I programmed. I recorded bass, which isn't in this footage, but I used a Fender Jazz bass that I recorded directly through my Universal Audio Apollo interface, and I'm using a bass amp plugin. It's just a stock Logic bass amp. I've recorded acoustic guitar, I've recorded electric guitars. I might add some keys. But vocals are the most important thing for this song, because I feel like the guide track that I recorded, it's not perfect yet. It's not, and it doesn't need to be perfect in that sense, but I recorded it to just the guitar and the drum loop, so the timing isn't the best. I need to redo it. I might use some parts of it. And I would also like to add a lot of backing vocals to enhance the vocal, to make it sound wider, to make it sound more interesting. So those are the next steps, and I'm mixing as I go. So while I'm recording, I'm already mixing, and this is something that I just developed through the years. It's not like I first record everything dry and then I mix everything later. No, I mix as I go, because I want to get to the finished product as quickly as possible. And I know how I want it to sound, so I'm just mixing while I go, and that I'm also using Stereo Bus plugins from the get-go. So from the moment I'm starting to program drums, to record guitars, I'm adding Stereo Bus plugins, so it sounds finished as quickly as possible. And this is really important, because the feeling you can capture only once, and I believe that the mixing process is an integral part of the music production progress. It's not; those aren't separate stages. For me, it's all one. It's all one process. So that's basically how I produce my music. And of course, this is just a little snippet of it. This isn't the entire thing, but this is something that I wanted to share with you, to show you how I record and produce some of my music. So that's my process, more or less, as a singer-songwriter and a music producer. So if you thought this was helpful, if this resonates in any way with you, I would like to invite you to connect with me, either by leaving a comment down below this video, or by sending me an email if you are interested in working with me. I offer one-on-one coaching mentorships where we work together on your next release for you as an artist/producer. If you have the desire to take your music to the next level and to connect on a much deeper level with your audience, this is something that I can really help you with. So please send me an email, send me some of your music so I can check it out, and so I can tell you what my vision is for your music and for your next project. Also, I am a producer, songwriter, so if you think the music I make sounds cool and you would love to work with me, please send me a message as well. I would love to connect with you and to see what you do and if we maybe can work together in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already and hit the like button. This really helps with the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm. If YouTube knows that you like this video, it will show it to other people as well. So that really helps a lot. Thank you so much for watching and I see you in the next one. Bye.